Tom was a special athlete because he was a hardworking wrestler on a day-to-day basis. Tom competed in the practice room, from drills to practicing moves to actually live wrestling. He worked hard every day, and he challenged his teammates to work hard themselves. Tom would be the person who would arrive to practice early. He'd already be working out, and then at the end of the practice, he would stay until everybody was done.
He was passionate about the sport. He was passionate about getting better, and he wasn't like the strongest guy in the weight room per se, but he was like one of the strongest guys on the mat, if that makes sense. He's a really intense, passionate guy about a lot of things, and wrestling was definitely one of those things.
In my time at Lawrence, it was really more about upholding the tradition that the people before me had fostered and developed and really created. And we had such a strong tradition coming up before me. The 90s state championship team, a ton of different wrestlers that had a large amount of success. You had Kevin Bracken making the Olympics, being a student at St. Lawrence, but that just shows the level of success that Lawrence wrestlers had. And so really it was more or less, I felt like there was a duty to really uphold that tradition and try to maintain it. When I was in junior high, 7th and 8th grade, I was wrestling over in the Mount Greenwood neighborhood where I grew up. And, started to kind of come around and have a fair amount of success in the grade school wrestling circuit. And Tom Gauger was obviously the head coach at St. Lawrence at the time. But yeah, Tom recruited me out of grade school as a wrestler, and he, alongside the teammates at that time, really it was just a great environment that I saw myself really likely to have a good amount of success in. So I decided St. Lawrence was the place for me. Coming in as a freshman, I was pretty much thrown into the fire right away, and we had a pretty competitive team at that time. So definitely got my fair share of beatings by probably the two guys in part that are going to be speaking about me, Steve and Mark. But really it was just kind of like the growth throughout those years, really looking back and kind of, facing the adversity that we saw as a team and really overcoming that and having a fair amount of success doing so.
We all knew that we could count on Tom to push us in the practice room. We knew that we could count on Tom to be, to not let us settle, to not let us relax, to not let down. And so that translated to matches and tournaments. So when Tom went out on the mat, we knew that Tom was going to be our best chance to win. We knew that Tom would keep the enthusiasm and excitement up, and that we could use him as a role model to keep the momentum going in matches. And then we knew that we were prepared for matches because those of us like myself who wrestle Tom on a regular basis, we were around the same weight. We knew that we had been prepared to wrestle our 6-minute matches because we had gone that much time with him, and he had always pushed us for that entire match.
I don't know if this is his best quality, but he's a really good arguer. He's a really smart guy. It's probably why he went into the law. He's a lawyer right now, if anyone knows that or doesn't know that. Yeah, I think having a contentious demeanor is important, especially in wrestling where you have to defend yourself and be on the offense constantly. 100, you don't take a second off, really. So yeah, I think that demeanor, definitely helped him excel on the mat for sure.
So many other teachers and coaches that were integral to my success. And as you get older, you kind of realize how much sacrifice those folks really, put into the coaching and teaching career to make us who we are. Timmy Johnson was one of my coaches, definitely like to recognize him. Larry Pawlowski in the dean's office, Kathy Hines was one of my teachers and also in the dean's office at the time. Tom Gauger, all my teammates, that were with me during the ups and downs. Mark Bybee, who's obviously inducting me, played a key role in my development. Wally Bizdick, Mike Corbett, all these folks. I mean, I'm going to miss a lot of people, but it's really just there were so many different people that really just wanted to see me succeed and really helped give me the tools to do so. So I can't thank them enough.
Please join me in welcoming Tom Ciezki as the newest member of the St. Lawrence Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2020.